everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another AI only battle in a Total War game, and this time it's gonna be a little different. This isn't exactly a historical battle. This is more like a scenario battle, more like, in my opinion. I'm putting the forces of the Byzantine Empire and the Holy Roman Empire against each other. And now this is like I said, a what if battle. What if these two empires or kingdoms actually fought? Now, in medieval history, the Byzantine Empire was basically the Eastern Roman actually the Eastern Roman Empire. We shouldn't call it the Byzantines. They were really the Eastern Roman Empire, but these guys were the true claimants to the Roman throne. But when Charlemagne, king of the Franks, and the first considered Holy Roman Emperor was crowned by the Pope as a Roman Emperor, this would kind of start up a since basically at the time in Byzantium they didn't really have any male emperor at the time, so then the Pope decided to make an emperor of his own, the Frankish king, and his eventual descendants who would rule over the Holy Roman Empire. They would consider themselves also to be kind of the Western successors of the Roman Empire, even though the Byzantines were probably the true successors. And the two empires, they were rivals in a sense, and this is a scenario to see what if these two empires actually fought each other. Who would be kind of the best to claim the title of the true Roman Empire? Is it the HRE or the Byzantium or the Byzantines? And this is using the Total War Rome 2 mod, medieval 110 AD. It makes kind of Rome 2 into the medieval world, even though they haven't come out with the campaign yet. And I actually have gotten in. You can only do custom battles, which is why we're doing AI only battles, because I wanted to show you guys this mod. Now, if they can actually finish this mod, I think that it would actually be a very good mod, like even maybe as good as the base game. It's just like how people say the Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD mod for Attila is better sometimes than the base Attila. So this could be a similar case here if they can actually finish the campaign, because these units actually they're very accurate and in medieval. Now, like I said, we've explained about that little history between the rivalry between these two kingdoms. Now, the Byzantine Empire would fall in 1453, but the Holy Roman Empire would actually last under the control of the Habsburgs. But that's like in the late post-Renaissance era. This is the medieval era, but that's kind of the history of it. The Holy Roman Empire would not fall until it was dissolved by Napoleon in 1806, I believe. Alright, so let's just put everything back to normal speed. Now, we already have some shots being fired down here on the Germanic spear masters. Taking a lot of heavy fire. We've lost a couple of units, but the HREs.
The enemy is attacking our ally.
Also firing back. Now it looks like the Byzantines are going to send some cataphracts, some of their famous heavy cavalry, to try to take down the crossbows. We have some engagements over here between the famous Varangian Guard, which were Norse Viking unit of Vikings serving under the Byzantine Emperor, and they are in an engagement against the Germanic spear masters on this side. Now we also have the Varangian Guards. They're losing to the Germanic spear masters, however. The Vikings are losing to the spear masters. But the Byzantines are sending in a lot of their units to kind of reinforce on this side. But watch out, Byzantines. The Holy Roman Empire is coming from the back with their mounted knights. They might charge right into this Byzantine axe unit from behind. Or oh no, they're actually going to charge into the cataphract guard. We have this one Byzantine cavalry unit's just being swarmed by a ton of HRE units as well. We have an engagement over here between mace warriors and the cataphract guard. The Germanic Spearmasters though are being overwhelmed by the sheer number of heavy units that the Byzantines have. This Cataphractor toy guard, they're going to be forced to retreat. And the HRE has kind of gotten around the Byzantines with a couple of their cavalry units here.
Earn your pay for once!
They might... they are taking a lot of heavy shots from all these mercenary slingers that the Byzantines have brought. And the Byzantines do have the advantage kind of in the infantry side, on this side, just the sheer number of heavy units they have. But the cataphracts of the Byzantines are not doing well. And these guys it might be wise to get these guys around the flank on this side. Excuse me. Now the Mace Warriors, however, they are doing well against the Byzantine axe units. And the Byzantines have brought some pikemen into the field as well, as you can see. And it looks like the Holy Roman Empire's cavalry has charged into these slinger units, and that's going to be the end for them. Because slingers cannot face heavy cavalry unless there's too many of them. But like this situation, they can. Now the HRE has sent a lot of their infantry units into the, and they're flanking the Varangian guards, who aren't really doing too well against an onslaught like this. Neither are their cataphracts. Tagmata guard not doing well either. And the HREs, they're still using their crossbowmen and firing into the Byzantine units as they're trying to attack. Now the Mace Warriors over here, they're gonna meet the Emperor's Guard himself, fighting against the HRE. Now it does look like crossbowmen, they're still firing down on the Svataroi Emperor Guard, although they are winning, it seems like, against the Mace Warriors, the HRE Mace Warriors. But on this side, however, the HRE kind of has an advantage, although the pikemen, the Romanoi pikemen, they are holding off the Germanic nobles and the mounted German knights for now. The crossbowmen just keep on firing down on the Byzantine units. Byzantines also have one heavy cataphract unit on this side that they should maybe use. If you take a look at the map, all of the units are kind of like bunched up in this like huge infantry fight down over here. Varangian guards and the Tagmata, they're losing to the sheer brunt of the determined Holy Roman Empire units. Although the Byzantines are trying to send in some more units, but they are losing. They're starting to waver now already. They're already wavering and beginning to retreat. The Byzantine pikes. The Byzantines have broken under the sheer weight of the HRE. So I guess the HRE in prowess, total war. Well, I guess that's the end of the battle. Well, actually, wait. There's still a Byzantine force. There's still one cavalry unit. They're shaken, however, due to the enemy losses. So their morale is going to be really low. So I don't think they're going to last too long. The Holy Roman Empire is still hunting down the retreating Byzantine units over here. Maybe speed it up a little bit. Although this unit's also starting to waver as well, as you can see. And the armored Germanic swords are starting to come down, even though these guys are really tired though. But nevertheless, it's clear who's won the battle today in Total
Horrible,
War
sodding
simulation
weather.
to see who's the rightful heir to the Roman Empire. And I guess it's the Holy Roman Empire now. Actually, I'm just joking. It's the Byzantine Empire still has the Roman lineage in them, but in this battle, though, the HRE deserves to be called kind of the Romans. But the Byzantines are going to make a last stand, just like they did in 1453 against the Ottoman Turks. They're going to make a desperate last stand, beat back this Germanic sword unit with a lot of effort, actually. But in the end, they're trying to win, but they're broken now. Actually, no, they're still fighting. The Germanic swords, they're still holding back. They're making a last stand. But their horsemen have collapsed under the weight of the HRE. And that's the end of the battle. Don't worry about my army. Doesn't matter. Byzantines and the HRE fought each other just for the sake of the Roman Empire's title. Now, the Byzantine Empires didn't really get a lot of kills in, as you can see. They only got 597 compared to the Holy Roman Empire. And I put the best units that they had against each other, so I didn't purposely make it like that would be like this, though. I actually put in the best units, and the Holy Roman Empire's cavalry getting some good kills in. So did their mace warriors as well, and their swords getting in some decent numbers, and their crossbows as well, also helping. Byzantines, their cavalry got in some good numbers. The Byzantine axemen didn't do too well. Neither did the Varangian Guard. I was expecting the Varangians to do quite well. Neither did the Emperor's Guard either. It's strange how the Byzantines didn't do too well this battle. Where's the Varangian? Yeah, these Varangian Guard units. I expected them to do kind of better. Now I guess that's going to be the end of this um, episode, but this was just like I said, this is just a scenario as what would have happened, as what could have happened if these two rivals faced off. But even though they never really fought an actual like in-person war, but like I said, this is Total War, so you never know what's going to happen with the AI. So I'll see you all in the next one.